been on?
163.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, that's amazing. To be fair, I don't know if you've done any, for me, any of my stats.
No.
But no, but I know you. I know. I think I remember the one you missed. But I think, I've been pretty much present for majority of them as well. I would have said
4.5 years, George.
I mean, it's a really good stint. You know what I mean? If we were players playing for Leeds United, 4.5 years, people would probably be going, giving us sort of really nice messages when we say goodbye or we're moving to the next club. And people would say, they've done well. They've done well. So, yeah.
We've had a good innings, I must admit. I think we're only going to do this for a year, but it's rolled on to 4.5 years. And it's just been, I think it's been the best time to do this show, if I'm being honest, George, because we've had many ups and many downs, but you know what? We've had many good things to talk about on this show, haven't we?
Yeah, look, over the 4.5 years, Arron, it's been fantastic. There has been a lot of, like I said, ups and downs. There's been promotion, there's been relegation, there's been all sorts, Premier League for the first time in 16 years, you know what I mean? And we were lucky to be able to chat about it with everybody in the comments and everybody that's listened. And you know what I mean? It's fantastic, and obviously the lads, I think in the Premier League years, we were all dying to get on and say our piece, and and obviously people get busy, and the boys can't come on as much as maybe they'd want to, but it's just been great. I mean, I've really enjoyed talking about Leeds with everybody, and obviously I have my own channel that was born before I joined LS11, but not by too much more. Yep. It was, I think I've been doing the Bearded Peacock or El Loco for Leeds, as it was, the name was at first. I've been doing it for about 3 or 4 months, and then, when I saw the call. But would you, like to tell the listeners how we got into it, Arron, if you remember?
Do you know, I was thinking about this. I actually can't remember. I think it was a Twitter thing. I did do a bit of stuff for Yorkshire Radio years and years and years ago. Like phone-ins and stuff, and then this popped up and bang, we're in. But it must be just a Twitter message. I think I can do that, and bang, 4.5 years later, we're still doing it today for the finale, the final time.
Yeah, I think it was Twitter. I think it was Twitter. I think I saw an advert on Twitter saying LS11 needs you, and obviously it was, that American advert almost with the cartoon man pointing at you.
Yes,
and
that's it. Yes.
And I just asked, I just sent in a message, and then suddenly, I remember having a little chat with Ryan, sat in my living room back then, and having a quick chat with him, and then he came out and said, come on board. And then I've been writing as well. There was a time where where we first started, and I was doing writing for, Ryan said, we want match reviews, we want match previews, and there was a few lads doing them as well. And we started to write for, match reports and match previews for games. Obviously, I think we were still in the. No, we just got promoted, I think. Maybe. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But
we've done so many things, George. That's the thing, haven't we? We've done so many things here. It's it's not just doing this. You've done other bits and pieces, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, of course. That's what I mean. I've been, been writing, but it's just great, and it's just great to talk about Leeds with everybody, isn't it? And it's a shame. I mean, hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, people join into this this stream this evening. Obviously, the lads have done the last one this morning, and that's it. That's it done. I mean, it did come as a bit of a surprise to, I think, all of us. Obviously, we learned about it. I think it was Tuesday evening, wasn't it? Tuesday night, and I think it came out of a bit of a, just came out of nowhere, really. But obviously, the lads have been deliberating it, and you know, obviously, like yourself, Aaron, I would like to thank Ryan and Darren, you know, for having us on, for you know, saying that we could have a go at it, and I don't know why, but I don't know if they had a lot of people answer that call, but you know what I mean. I appreciate it. It's
good fun.
Been,
it's been good fun. Anyway, I think we've got to first of all, we've got to talk about Leeds first of all, George. And obviously we can get onto his favourite bits and whatnot later on. What do you think, then, George, to Leeds' pre-season so far? Glenn Kamara's buggered off to France. Archie Gray's buggered off to Spurs. And I can confirm, Jimbo, we are not going to Spurs. What do you think so far? Pre-season-wise, the transfer market has been absolutely dead for me. Nothing's really moving at the moment for Leeds, is there? But, you know, what are your initial thoughts on pre-season? And you've seen the kits. We've seen the players going back in. We've seen the photos. We've seen it all. What's going on in your opinion, George?
I think I'm not sure what's going on, Aaron. Actually, I think is the club are trying to get players out before then they know what they need to bring in. Basically, I mean, I don't know why people are going and panicking so hard, because this was always going to happen. We didn't get promoted. Hey, if we'd have been promoted, there wouldn't be so many outgoings. There'd be more incomings. There'd be more rumours of people incoming. We know that the 49ers like to keep things close to their chest. But overall, it's been a bit, just a bit like shrug your shoulders and say, hey, this is what was going to happen.
It's terrible. It's a disaster. What is it that much of a disaster, though?
No.
We've got Joe Rodon coming. I think that's a great signing. I think that's signing of the season so far for anybody in the championship.
Look, Joe was a big one. I think that was really, really good that they got that one done. And he obviously, I think he's been speaking today actually to Adam Pope, saying that, you know, he felt that it was unfinished business and it didn't sit well with him, I think, last season, the way it finished. So, No, Rodon. He said it didn't. The way the season finished, obviously with failed promotion in the final, it didn't sit well with him, and he generally wanted to come back. Obviously, sign on a permanent deal. That's a great signing. You know, the other two so far are a little bit like, I don't really care. To be fair, Alex Cairns will never play, or might play the cup game, odd one. And Joe Rothwell, he's a decent signer for this division, but like a lot of people have said, doesn't really get your mind racing and excited, does it, for what's to come? Obviously,
but what you've also got to remember as well, George, is that not just those three, obviously the incomings, there are three other incomings as things stand, and we have to mention it because this is the facts. Brendan Aronson is going to return to Leeds, as things stand, Christensen. I know there's a lot of talk about him potentially moving on. And also Max Wober as well. So you've got three other kind of incomings, if you wanted to say that, even though they're still our players and I don't want to see them play for us again. You know, you've still got them coming in. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, look, I think Aronson, and I keep even forgetting, I know Aronson's been at the Copa America, and America didn't do very well, did they? But he'll be back. I think he'll probably be back at some point this week, probably. I mean, when I know we play, I know the week's nearly ended, to be fair, so probably next week, we play tomorrow, don't we? Our first friendly game at Harrogate.
Yeah.
So anybody going in the comments, are people going to Harrogate tomorrow evening? But look, I know it's not everybody's annoyed because we're selling team players, but like you said, Aronson, Wober, I think Christensen's going to go into Frankfurt eventually. Wober probably will eventually go as well. But we're going to make incomings. We're going to make signings. We will make signings coming into the next couple of weeks, obviously. It's so obvious. They're letting a lot of players go. And I feel like the waiting to see, like I said, the waiting to see what they have at the end of who they're going to sell. I thought Kamara was a bit of a strange one to sell, personally. But I'm not
It's not really, because they've made what, 4 million quid on it.
Yeah, they have, and also I think, Aaron, there's obviously somebody coming in to replace him there. Rothwell is not a replacement for him. I think he's more of a 10, more attacking player is Rothwell. So we do need to get bodies in the midfield. I also do think, Aaron, that Daniel Farke has been looking at Charlie Crew, who has also, back end of last season got his first full international cap for Wales. I think he'll be involved this season. I think the lad James DeBeo, who I think is a centre back come centre mid. He's also been training with the first team, Arron. So I won't be surprised if Farke utilises the youth a little bit more this time round. But
I'm just quite interested. I'm just looking. Please do keep the comments coming in, because we do read every one of them. I'm just interested in what Pele said here about selling Archie Gray. It's treason. These Yanks. I'm just quite intrigued, Pele 10. Why do you think that's bad for the club? Because I'm sure, George, give me your opinion on selling Archie Gray. Can I just give you mine really quickly?
Of course.
I think that was genius for them to sell him for 40 million quid. Yes, he's a fantastic player. There's no doubt about that. And he is unbelievably talented. And yes, it does hurt for me to see him go. However, as a business, you do, and because we didn't get promoted, you have to balance the books. Somebody had to go. And if you're going to sacrifice Archie Gray over, let's say, Somerville and, I don't know, Somerville and Gruev and bringing Rodon in as well, you've got to weigh that up. There's so many pros which outweigh the cons. Plus, you've got a 15-year-old kid who's coming through as well, who's just as good, apparently.
Yeah, look, Aaron, it's like you said, it's a business at the end of the day. They have to keep with these financial fair play rules. They saw an opportunity to sell a player for big money. Is Archie Gray worth 40 million? No, of course he's not. But they've made a real profit on him because it cost them nothing. He's an academy product. So it's outrageous money they've paid for him, and it's like I agree with you. It's it's a real business masterclass from the 49ers to sell him. Yes, we're sad that he's gone. He was a Leeds boy. Apparently he wasn't. Apparently he was a Celtic fan, but I don't think he was. I don't think he was. I think he was told to say that, but because of the Postecoglou link. Yeah. Postecoglou. But yeah, I know his family's Scottish, but he's Leeds. He's a Leeds boy. He's a Leeds fan.
And ultimately, look at what's coming in. We've got Joe Rodon, who I think is arguably one of the best defenders in the division. He will absolutely boss this division for us next year. And I think he had to go. Somebody had to go. And when you weigh up the options, you've got a proven championship player in Crescencio Somerville who will go and score goals and fire you up the league. Or you've got Archie Gray, who could play back, midfield. Yes, he gave a lot to the team. I'm not disregarding that. I think he gave us a lot. But actually, in terms of the monetary value, he had to go. Somebody had to go. And out of the two, I'd rather him go.
Yeah.
Rutter, again, listen, we paid 40 million quid for Jorginho Rutter. We can't afford to let him go for anything less than what we paid.
Exactly. So, yeah, I agree. Out of the lads who, I think I said it at the time, when he went out, the boys, you're thinking of that might fetch that amount of money. The Somervilles, Ruters, maybe Nonto at a push, although I think Nonto might go anyway. You've got to say Archie was the one that was replaceable. You've got to remember, we've only had him in the team for a year.
Yeah.
And I know he made a massive impact. He was brilliant. But at the end of the day, they saw an opportunity and they've cashed in on him. Like I said, he's not worth £40 million. No way. He's had one good season in the second division. That was his first ever professional season. So then he's gone for 40 million. I mean, yeah, it's crazy money. But he's also replaceable.
He is, but also as well, what you've got to remember is, as a marker for the rest of the youngsters coming through, there's a pathway here. And I think that marker shows, look, there's a gap there, because we all love it. You know, we love having a young Leeds through and through player playing Saturday, Tuesday, you know, week in, week out. We love it. We saw it with Phillips. We've seen it with Archie Gray. You know, when you go back to our time, you know, Alan Smith as an example, James Milner, you know, these are names which you remember, and kids, you know, absolutely go wild. You know, it's probably Ollie Watkins at the moment with the England and the Euros. But do you know what? I think it was the right thing to do. It was the business thing to do. And it's given us a bit of cash as well to blow in the transfer market. And hopefully we'll see that start getting to move.
Well, look, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will, Aaron. I'm sure they'll have a strategy, the 49ers and Fark. They know what they're doing. They'll reinvest it into the squad. Will they let another big name player go in our squad? Possibly. I think Willie Nonto will. There's always going to be talk about Somerville, but
again, Nonto though, who's going to pay 30 million quid for him?
Apparently Everton are wanting him, aren't they?
Well, I believe it when I see it, George.
Yeah, well, so will I. Yes, so will I. And all the Italian sides as well, who are rumoured to be after him. They haven't got the money. They haven't got the money.
It's 40 million euro.
Yeah. They haven't got the money, a lot of these Italian teams. So maybe he stays for another season. I think, to be honest with you, I mean, the days are ticking past now, and I know we haven't got anybody in, really, of note, really, but apart from Rodon. But the days are ticking past now. There's less than a month to go before the season starts. But every day that goes past and there's no move in terms of transfers, we're keeping these players like Somerville. I know. You know, you smack back to last season where Sinisterra went on deadline day, and we could yet have a scenario like that with one of them like Somerville or somebody, but I don't think we will. I think Somerville wants to be like Rodon, and maybe he wants to say, hey, let's just give it another go. And yeah, fine, if we don't do it this time, then I'll probably go. But let's give it another go. He's still young enough. He's only 22. Willie Nonto's only 20 or 21. But,
yeah, so, I'm just saying as well with Nonto there, Pele, we were looking for 30 million quid last season. You know, 12 months ago, Everton came in. They were bidding left, right and centre for him, but they didn't pay up. And I think the key thing with like the Gray thing is that Parag has said, look, we want 40 million quid and it's cash up front.
Yeah, exactly.
There was a deal with Brentford. Brentford, there was a deal there, but they wanted to pay it over 6-7 years or whatever it was, and it's just pointless. And Spurs have come in and said, right, yes, 40 million quid, get it done, dusted, off you go. Done. And that's how it should be. It's the same with Nonto. Same with Somerville. They could go for me, but if the money's right and it's financially stable for the club, and that's what you said there as well, there's a ready-made replacement coming in, absolutely fine.
Yeah, I mean, look, they won't let them go, like you said, for money. They'll only let them go for what they want. They don't mess about. Give us that, give us it up front, and then he can go. We're going to get as long as we can get a replacement in lined up before he goes, then fine. And that's how the fans. That's how I feel. If we can get a good enough replacement in for Somerville and then bag like 30, 40 million, then that's fine. You know what I mean? There will be somebody else. He will go eventually. There'll be always somebody else. The team, the club always re-evolves and evolves again. And we'll have players that we love again, and then they'll go again, and then there'll be players that come back.
It's like what Clive said there. If they don't want to be here, and I don't think Nonto would get another chance if he threw his dummy out. I think he knows that. Yeah. You know, we just have to say, off you go. And I think under the new ownership, it's like what I said there, Leeds have some power under this current ownership. We can change, charge bigger money, and that's the key thing here, and that's the key thing.
Well, exactly, Aaron. They can say, like you said, give us 40 million up front, and you can have him. If you're not going to do it, you're not going to get him. Somebody else will, but we need somebody in to replace them, and things will start moving with Leeds soon. There are one or two rumours coming out today for left backs. There's a lad who is playing in Holland for Zwolle, the Eredivisie. I think he's a left back or a right back, multi, but he's I don't know. He's Spanish.
It doesn't.
somehow.
It doesn't film up. It doesn't film it.
I mean, you've heard that one, haven't you, Aaron? There's also another one. There's also another lad playing for AC Milan who was on loan with Fulham last season in the Premier League. Didn't really play him, and I think 6 appearances for Fulham. Bayo, I think he's a Senegalese international. He's a left back. There's loose links coming out, but look, the signing of Rothwell came out of nothing, and it just came like that. There was no links until a couple of hours before. None of these links will be true for me. There'll be reputable sources coming in next week. They'll say bang, and then in a couple of hours or maybe a day or so, it's done. They don't like to have their business all over the place. We saw it last season. They like to just keep it under the hat and it all comes. That Bogle link over the weekend seemed a little bit credible. I do think Leeds are going for Bogle, which for me would be a great signing. But it's come from Sheffield United. At the end of them, somebody's leaked it from there.
The problem with Sheffield United is they're going through not a transfer. They're going through a sale, so somebody's trying to buy them. They're going through all that sort of stuff, so it's going to take time. Well, nothing's pretty much happening other than that, really, in the world of Leeds United. And let's turn it over to us, George. Let's talk about us now. And I thought, as it's our last show together, I want to bring on this guy. Good evening, Russell.
Hello, gents. How you doing, George, Aaron? Everyone in the comments. It's the last one.
It's the last one, Russell. You've got the memo.
I've got my name is the last. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the Netflix series, The Last Dance from Michael Jordan.
I've not seen it, but I know about it.
It's brilliant, George. But I've decided to put that as my name. But yeah, I'll say it now. Sad to hear it close. Thank you, Aaron, George, and everyone in the comments. Nice to have known you all. Feels like a funeral in a weird way.
That sounds a bit morbid, doesn't it, Russell? To be fair, it does. But no, I mean, I didn't know you were coming on, actually, Russell. So that's
I've got many other surprises lined up.
Oh gosh!
I've got other surprises.
Okay! Wow!
Jurassic Park, George.
Thank you.
In Jurassic Park, with raptors, they attack from both sides.
Oh yes,
that's what me and Aaron did. We raptored you.
Yeah, just bang straight in the middle. No, it's good to see you, Russell. I haven't seen you for. I don't know when you were last on. To be fair,
I was going to say, yeah. Well, it's whenever they needed me off the sub bench. If they're desperate, they'll ask for me. But but only if it's desperate. They keep it with the big guns like you, George.
Well, I wouldn't say that really, but there you go. What can you say? What can you say about that? But I mean, Aaron said, Russell, how many times he's been on. How many times do you think you've been on here?
15 maybe.
Right.
I don't know. Really.
I think it all started, didn't it, Russell, with the rivalry between myself and you. Was it Alfie who threw you on and said, right, get on and
wasn't it? I guess there was a little bit of you guys that you get the people in the comments, and I know I do. You can't even intrigued to see if it's because I've actually got a picture of my face on my thingy, but all these guys on here, you kind of intrigued a little bit intrigued to see what they look like, who they are. You know what I'm saying? So there's a little bit going, well, come on, if you're going to be vocal in the comments, come and be vocal on the show. And I was like, fine, I'll come and be vocal on the show then. So I quite enjoy coming on and talking about these. As punishing as it is, well, So.
No, it's great, and I know you enjoy phoning in, don't you, Russ, to Radio Leeds and things.
Yeah.
So everybody loves it. I mean, you've been listening for some time, have you, Russell? Before you.
What LS11?
Yeah. How did you get into listening to it?
It was lockdown. In the lockdown, I was unaware of anyone within the Leeds world. I didn't used to watch YouTube, and then obviously in lockdown, because I had a bit of time on, I went, wait, there's just like this whole different universe of podcasts and YouTubers, and all talking about a subject I enjoy, which is Leeds. And I discovered everyone through all the usual candidates, but it was all through the lockdown. I didn't realise after this I didn't even really watch YouTube, and now I have so many subscriptions. I'm watching on YouTube. It's hard to keep up, to be honest with you.
I think it all just started really in lockdown, didn't it? I think it was going because before I think the guys started it 6 years ago, wasn't it, Aaron? So
Yeah.
they were doing things like in person, weren't they? And then obviously it all started to go like this into Zoom calls and StreamYard and stuff, which made it easy accessible for people, obviously at home during the lockdown. So
Yeah,
it was really good.
Get the randoms on like me.
Well, look, I mean, we're all Leeds fans, aren't we? We're only, we're only fans, aren't we? We're just we're not only fans, no, but we're only Leeds fans.
I've always been only fans. Then,
no, but what I'm saying is, Russ,
is this what we're doing for the last show?
No, we're only fans. Like we're only fans like anybody else, and you know what I mean. We're coming on to talk about Leeds, innit? And it's really good to just talk with people that obviously support the same team, and it's a little community. It's nice, and obviously it's gutting for it to go, really.
So the reason why I wanted Russell on, George, is I want to discuss Liam Cooper.
And I thought, Arron, it was for my amazing insight. You just got me on.
We've just got to have it out and all out now. It's 3 against. Well, it's 3-1 vote each. Does Liam Cooper stay? Yes or no?
No.
Russell?
I think Liam Cooper's already gone.
I was actually thinking this today. I was like, what's going on with drama and Cooper? Yeah, to me, he should be gone. I know, great servant, etc. But I'm not going to be if when it comes out that he's left and gone to Blackburn or Sheffield United or whoever he's been linked with. Yeah. From a footballing point of view, move on, man. God, we should have moved on 3 or 4 years ago.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I think Cooper is it'll be coming out. They'll be picking the moment to say that Cooper's gone, because obviously it'd be a big deal. He's a captain, and he's been there for ages. So they need to pick the right time, and I think they'll be doing that. I think it'll already be done. Yeah. I think he's already gone.
Go on then, Arron. What do you think?
I'd like him to stay for another year.
Why would you like him to stay? I'm intrigued.
Why? Because I think for his leadership qualities, he'll help the younger players come through. I just think with Liam Cooper, you just need that little bit of stability. Look at the spine which we've had, and I know we keep going back to Bielsa, etc. I get that we've got to move on from it. Ayling's gone, Hernandez, Cooper, Alioski, Bamford's still there, but he's always injured. A lot of the spine has gone, and I just think you need somebody there who's kind of gone and got the golden ticket. You just need somebody there, just that leadership. And I think with Cooper, he gives you that leadership quality, and I think he needs to stay. But I've accepted that he will have to go. Has to go.
But that's the good thing is, I do see Leeds United. We are very just like a big dysfunctional family, where you have arguments with your family. You all got the same cause, but the views are everywhere. My views are everywhere compared to a lot of yours, Arron. Me and George seem to be roughly the same, I think. But we could be having this conversation, and the views are everywhere, to be honest with you.
But that's why it's good, isn't it? It's good debate. We all have a good debate. We all have an opinion on it, and everybody does in the comments. Everybody has an opinion on Leeds United and certain players and certain aspects of it. So that's why it's so good, and that's why.
And I think that's why this show's kind of worked for the last 4.5 years. Is that we've had so many different opinions. And comments, we've had lots of disagreements and things like that.
I think I remember some shows, Aaron, where we're really on. Not just me and yourself, but the other guys as well are really not happy with what the other guy's opinion is on a certain player or a certain match or whatever. So it's been interesting, and that's what it is. It's there for people to comment in and give their opinions, and that's why it's so good and it's so accessible for people.
Okay. Let's just go then to you guys then. What we're thinking then for the season ahead, because obviously we're not going to be previewing anymore. It's his last dance, as we say. It's the last dance, as Russell says. What are we thinking then this season? Because we've got to preview a season within the next 10 minutes. What's going to happen to Leeds United this season, Russell? What are your thoughts? What are your hopes?
I'm actually... Last year, do you know what? England and Leeds last year, I hated it. Leeds finished third, second in the playoffs. England was second in the Euros. That is literally the worst outcome you could have. I was so frustrated with last year. And there was always this thing in the back of my head. I thought, they're getting in and they're going to not do it. They'll get over the line.
Yeah.
I just sense this year with who's gone down, and I'm not panicking right now with what's going on. I think these guys are just operating in the background, and they take my advice. Red Bull and San Francisco do not want to stay in the championship. No. So I'm actually thinking, Tom, I think we will get promoted this year. I like Rothwell. I've spoke about Rothwell years ago. The third choice keeper, Rodon good. I believe they will get the positions right back, left back, maybe midfield. They will get all these positions sorted. And I do think they take notice on social media what people are saying. I think they will look at, So I'm actually quite confident with what we already have and what we're going to add. We will be a force, and I think we'll go up. And I like Harrison in this league, and I'll go even further. If we keep Voba, I'm happy with that. And even Christian as a backup, I'm happy with that. Because these are in this league, I think we'll do okay. So Arron, I think we'll do really well in this league. I know it's cool to hate on these players, but for me personally, I'm just thinking promotion, don't get rid if we have to, or they amend themselves. So I actually think we will go. I think we've got a very good team with who's come down. But Burnley and Luton will be good. People are undercut in Luton. They are still strong in this league.
I think Luton is strong this season. I completely agree. I think Luton are going to be a decent outfit this season. George, what do you think?
First and foremost, Pele says I should do it on my channel. It is going on my channel, Pele. It's streaming on my channel already. So, Russell, you're on my channel as well at the moment well. So it's streaming on my channel. So say hello, Dad.
The bearded peacock, subscribe, and all that.
Yes, do it all if you want to.
If you want to see George in the future, it's the only way.
Perhaps it is. Perhaps it might not be, but there you go. But anyway, I agree with Russell about Aronson. You know my thoughts, Aaron, on him. I think he'll be very good. I think we'll get promoted. I think it'll be not as hard as it was last season. Teams will still be strong. Like you said, Burnley, I think will be there making some decent signings. Scott Parker's a decent enough appointment. Luton, maybe not Sheffield United. I don't think we'll need as many points as we did last season. I think we'll get more points than we did last season. I think we'll have wrapped it up before whatever time. I think we're going to win the thing. Yeah, I think we'll win it. I think we'll the far more experience from last season. It'll be a bit gutted. Obviously, it'd be massively gutted personally. I think that we didn't get promoted. It's damaged his kind of record a little bit as well in the championship, which he was obviously so proud of. So he'd be chomping at the bit to get it right this season. We would any other season have gone up last season. It was just so strong. And I think we've got, players like you said, Aronson. I think Christensen will go. I don't know about Voba, but we'll make signings like Russell said that will strengthen it. And I think we can only go from strength to strength and just blitz it.
Well, they have to. It's simple.
They have to. If we don't, he's gone, and it's a million years in the championship, isn't it? Probably. So it's the last chance really they have to blow the championship away, because I think if we don't get promoted this time, next season, if we were to go into the 25-26 season in the championship, I think we'll just become one of them teams that are vying for maybe automatic, maybe playoffs. Whereas I think this season we're still top end. We're still one of the best teams, if not the best team in the league, like we were last season. We need to capitalise on that and just blitz it. James will be massive for us this time. They know they can do it as well. They know the manager. They know they can do it. This league is not. It's not like, will I be okay? How will I get on? They know the physicality of the championship now. They can just do it. They know they can beat these teams.
Yeah, strong starts, Keane. I completely disagree though here. I overall think the league is a little weaker this season. I completely disagree with that, because one of the good things about this league, and this is the only good thing about this league, is that anybody can beat anybody on their day. I think the league is strong. I think the teams which have come up are relatively stronger. I think obviously Ipswich last year was a bit of a fluke what they did, but Portsmouth have come up and Derby have come up as well. I think they're going to give us some really, really tough games throughout the season. So, and you've got the teams in there as well. You know, Luton, Burnley, what you've said. You know, Sheffield United's not going to be easy. You know, they're going to be tough games. It's going to be a real slog and a real battle. You've got to really scrap to get out of this division, I think, this year. And I don't think it's going to be as plain sailing as what you're thinking, George. I think it's going to be quite tricky.
After all that, it'll be Burnley and Oxford going up automatically.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know what I mean?
Again.
I don't think Oxford would go up, if I'm being honest.
I'm doing it.
Looking to stay.
But you wouldn't have thought Ipswich would have done either. But look, it's not going to be as strong as last season. It's not. I don't think it will at all. I
don't think, George, that Scott Parker's actually that. I forgot until you mentioned it. I forgot Scott Parker was hired by Burnley. I don't think that's even a point with that.
I mean, his record's not bad, but I think he's sort of universally not liked for some reason. But I don't know. I mean, they were looking at other options. Where I know Van Nistelrooy was looked at, and then he's gone and gone on a coaching position at Man United. So I don't know. I don't think Burnley will be as strong as people might be saying. They are making some sort of strange transfer business so far. I think we'll probably go more like proven championship.
Is that Weghorst still a Burnley?
He is, but he won't be. He won't be.
He won't be. It's a bit like Jack Harrison, isn't he? He spends his time out on loan.
Yeah, he spent time on loan with Hoffenheim last season, didn't he? And he will never play, I don't think, for Burnley again. It's like a lot of these loan players for us, isn't it? Like you said, players that are still out on loan that will never play for Leeds again. Harrison is a good one.
Yeah.
He will never play for us again, will he?
No.
And I think it's a shame, really, that, you know, again, these players like Aronson are coming back in. He wants to play for Leeds and he wants to do well, and people are still bad-mouthing him, and it's a real shame. But
I think it's because he left. I mean, personally, I've got to the point where I'm like, he's going to be better than most in this league. I just don't care. I just want to get promoted, and then we can do what we want after.
Exactly.
Because, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what do you want? Promotion, or do you want to just hang around in the championship? I mean, I know what I want.
Look, promotion any day of the week, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
of course. I get a bit annoyed with the Christian rumours, though, is the loan. I'm like, guys, if you're getting rid of Christian, you either sell him or we keep him. I do not want another loan when he hasn't got a loan clause. You do one or the other. Well,
yeah,
not
exactly.
a loan. They need to do a loan again.
No, and they're on about 15 million, aren't they, for Christiansen? And
you know what I'm saying, though? It's just not. He doesn't have a loan clause. Why?
No, he doesn't. And I don't know, but Christensen, 15 million seems like a good one. But he did say, didn't he? I think it was Plattenberg from Sky Germany. He said something about a loan was being discussed. I know. The thing is, the Max Vober talk has gone a bit quiet now, and I wonder what he's going to do, because it's ticking on to the season start now. It's less than a month away, isn't it? And like I said,
I think because they're coming back in for training, aren't
they? Like I said, I think they're coming next week, like Vober and Christensen and Aronson. So yeah, I am looking forward to seeing what Aronson can do actually in the championship. So I'm with you, Russell. I think he'll be probably one of the best in the league.
I think he'll do all right. Personally,
I think he'll do well, and if we've got Aronson, maybe
stamina,
and maybe he puts Ruter out on the wing, possibly, or I don't know what he's going to do. But then you've got Perot as well. Still,
but it's options, isn't it?
Yeah, it gives us options. Rothwell, I think, is more of a 10 maybe than a.
I keep forgetting we've got Aronson. It's weird. He's kind of like a ghost player in my head. It's only when we get talking about, I've got Aronson back at Leeds. It's weird. I haven't made that mentally.
So it'll be good to see him play, I think, and obviously Portsmouth at Ellen Road first game, so I imagine he'll play a part.
He's got to, if he starts that game, he's got to absolutely. He can't. First of all, he can't fall over, which he used to do in the Premier League. He's got to absolutely smash it. It's got to be a 10 out of 10 performance from Aronson. It has to be. Like back when we saw, when we were promoted, when we first signed him, when we beat Chelsea 3-0, and he was absolutely unplayable that day. We need to see that level of performance, but more, in my opinion.
Yeah, some good comments coming through, actually. Loads of comments. West Yorkshire Retro Gamer, he's a comment machine.
Yeah,
oh yes, Clive. He's a keyboard warrior. He's busting to get on, and who knows? He's busting to get on for the final.
Get him on. Get him on.
Get him on. We'll see. Let's have a look here. Robert Erasmus don't want to be here, to be honest, says Enzio. I always liked Robert and want him to stay initially, but don't think he's interested in being with us.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think either of them. Obviously, Christensen's not. He's not bothered, but I think Vober's the same. Otherwise, I think he'd have nailed his colours to the mast like Aronson did, and he hasn't done it. So I think he'll be waiting on a move, really. But people, might forget as well. We've got like Pascal coming back from injury as well. He didn't play he hasn't played this year, I don't think. So, maybe he can forge a partnership with Rodon or Ampadu. I know Rodon and Ampadu won't it? So, we need to just be patient and see what they do. As the time ticks by. But it's great. It'd be great to see him in action tomorrow. And see what kind of team he's going to put out. Because I do think, like I said earlier, I think he will have a bit more interest in the youth than he did last season. No, he bought Archie in, didn't he? But that was pretty much the only one.
Yeah.
I think he'll have a bit more interest in maybe bringing in, the likes of Charlie Crew and,
Just a quick one, guys. If Vober goes, and we're expecting Cooper not to stay, I'm sorry, Aaron, I know you're going to be upset, but let's say Cooper doesn't stay. In my head, we need 2 right backs and 2 centre backs to kind of protect, because everyone's going Ampadu and all that. But what if people get injured again? We're going to need cover, aren't we? We need 2 right backs as it stands now. If you're going to go with what we've got at left back, which is Byram and Firpo, which still makes me nervous for their injury record. We need 2 right backs, and if Vober goes, to me, I need like 2 centre backs.
Yeah, this is why I don't think we should have let Ayling go, if I'm being honest. But
Ayling?
Ayling should have stayed for me.
No, I think
nah.
I think obviously they sold Charlie as well, didn't they? So he's gone as well. I think they need another centre back, and I think they need all across the defence. To be honest.
I think
reinforcements across the board.
I think left back they'll be fine with. It's just probably a centre back to challenge, but one who could be a good player, like a pick up a little gem from maybe who could maybe turn out good. But you definitely need 2 right backs. We have to get 2 right backs. Well, what's these balloons? Is it my birthday?
Is it your birthday?
What have you done there?
I haven't done that. Is that me? It was like, yeah.
I don't know what you did, but well done. It's our final show. It's our final show. You've just done that.
Magic things happen.
I don't know what you're saying, but I was just obsessed with the balloons.
Shall I?
Oh, it's Clive's birthday. Look, it's Clive's birthday. You've got to get him on now, Aaron. It's his birthday.
Shall we get Clive on?
Happy birthday,
Is it his
Clive.
Well, it said so, hasn't it? I guess so.
Talking, George. Clive,
happy birthday,
would
Retro
like
Gamer.
West Yorkshire Retro Gamer. We would like to invite you onto the show. Please check your email, and we will get you an email and get you on the show for one last dance. But you've literally got, Clive, 2 minutes. Right, let me do that. George, you keep talking then.
18th of the 784. Okay, so yes. Oh, happy birthday, Clive. And Enzio. Look, Enzio has asked you a question, Aaron, up here as well.
Are we going to do any YouTube content post LS11 then, Arron? Or are you putting your feet up after this? Listen, I've just had a little one. I've got a 1-week-old boy.
Congratulations, Arron!
Thank you. He's a week old today. I need to take some paternity time. Never say never, but who knows? Watch this space. How about that, George? Does that sound good?
Well, yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I think there is something coming in there for at some stage. So
Never
we'll
say
see.
never. We need
George,
to
get your
somehow
plug
have a bit
in.
of
This is your
therapy,
chance, mate. Come on.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody knows all about my channel, Russell. I think, well, they should do by now because I've said it enough times over these.
I'm a subscriber
these
myself.
years. Thank you, Russell, because I know you did. You had a time of
Clive,
commenting
your link is
a
ready.
lot of time.
You watch it still? Still watch
do you? Oh, that's
yeah,
great.
yeah. I'll go on and watch it. Yeah.
Because I wonder. I always wonder. It's a bit like this. I wonder if you're not commenting, I wonder who's watching. But obviously, sometimes the numbers aren't good. Sometimes the numbers are all right. But it's you've just got to weigh up.
For you, George, because I actually think you're very colourful and you're. I think you deserve more from other people I watch. I think, well, why aren't you getting them? Because I guess the key is you keep doing it. But to me, you're very, very relatable. So I hope you get success, mate.
Well, thank you, Russell.
Oh, there you go. I always watch. You've got another one there. Enzio says he always watches and likes George's channel.
Thank you, Enzio. Yeah, that's nice because I always wonder if people are watching. You know what I mean? And yeah, you do it. And I know Jimbo said I'm never off, and I always seem to be bit of news. Got to do it. Bit of news. Let's get a bit of video out, or let's get the social media on and put posts out. So it's nice to see that people are watching and stuff and enjoying it.
Here's Paul saying I thought I need to take a paternity. No, leave, sir. Yes. Clive, I've sent you a link, sir. You've literally got 10 seconds to join if you want to come on. And here he is. Good evening and many happy returns, Clive.
How do you guys? Check out the retro kit. This is what my family bought me for my 40th birthday.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, nice. Oh, Thistle Hotels. I got one of them. Brilliant. Love it. Brilliant.
Good evening,
yeah,
Clive.
that's great. Yeah.
You've been a keyboard warrior. Go for it.
Hey, I'm not a keyboard warrior. I just know how to get comments.
See, isn't it fast? Have you guys ever seen Clive before?
Yeah. Clive's been on a couple of times. I think Clive's
the kind of people.
And Clive been on with. I think Clive, you've been on with Russell, haven't you, before?
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, we had a fan. I remember now because I had to get off because it kicked off with the fan. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I do remember now with Clive actually. Yeah. Is it your birthday today then, Clive?
Say again, mate.
Is it your birthday today?
Yeah.
Genuinely happy birthday, mate. Happy birthday.
Cheers. Yeah. I'm just trying to forget the fact that it's 40. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel anything like bloody 40.
No.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't know the age of the other guys, but Clive, mate, I'm in that club already, so don't worry about that. So I know what it's like to be there. So it's just normal, mate. You're just another number, basically. That's all it is.
Yeah. Well, that's all it is. It's just a number. And end of the day, I might have turned 40, but I'm still going to see Leeds versus Valencia, so it's all good.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. And well, as a bit of fun in the comments, can you guess either of our ages? I suppose. As a final.
Chat, what do you reckon the ages of Arron, George, and Russell are?
But you've got a season ticket, have you, Clive?
No, I've never been able to afford one, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd have had one. It's for my circumstances, the way they've been over the years, it's just a lot of money in one go.
Mm-hmm.
The value of a season ticket is great, but it's just having that 300 odd quid in one go. It's just
I don't know where you're getting your season tickets for. 300 quid. You want to treble that, pal? It's not 300 quid.
Is that
increase even further?
Is that how much it is?
You're talking about 600 quid now. Well,
that's if you're in executive box.
No, it's not. It's if you're in the cup in N8 like me.
Yeah. No, I know it. I know it's expensive. Yeah, I know it's
Clive,
expensive.
we all know these LS11 content. They don't have to pay. They're all through the back door. They all sit with the 49ers.
It's not what you know, it's who you know, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Well, that'd have been the day,
Aaron's
wouldn't it?
sat there on his throne, smoking a cigar.
Talking to Lee Cooper.
George is a little servant.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Just as a quick one, George, I think we want to wrap this. Any best bits from over the last 4.5 years from either Clive, Russell, yourself? any favourite moments? Because I think we need to reflect on the 4.5 years of this show, because as I said, this is the last time we're doing this. It is the last dance. It is the last show. Any best bits, Clive? We'll come to you first. Any best bits, memorable bits from the show? He's going to say no.
I think probably just the ongoing argument between yourself and George over Liam Cooper's probably a highlight.
We still argue now, don't we?
Well, yeah. I mean, just quickly on my take on Cooper is that, you know, his leadership can't be argued, his influence in the dressing room can't be argued, but ultimately, from a playing point of view, he ain't going to get ahead of Stroud, he ain't going to get ahead of Rodon, and then he'll drop Ampadu into centre-back before he plays Cooper. If Cooper wants playing time, he has to go. If he's happy just being a cheerleader again, you know. But, you know, everything that is done for the club, you know, he's due a testimonial, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he is. I think he will get that, won't he, at some stage? Yeah. Maybe at the end of this season, possibly.
Yeah. So go on, any sort of that, Russell, any best bits for you?
The whole thing, to be honest with you, from kind of commenting and discovering the sub-world to actually coming on and kind of interacting with you guys, the people in the comments, because you get used to kind of the comments. So I've just found the whole thing enjoyable. It's kind of sad, really, because obviously it's quite an established channel, and with the other side of it, those guys, you know, the gentlemen that set it all up, and it's quite sad, really, to see, you know, a big one kind of leave, really, in that sense. But no, I've enjoyed the whole thing, and you know, we all go through it together, basically, as painful it is right now. But no, it's all been enjoyable. You're all very friendly, and we don't always agree, but you know, that's it, isn't it? So yeah, thank you for having us on. Basically, LS11, we'd be sad to see you go. So
yeah, I second that.
On that note, because I've got one more final surprise, I do need to remove Clive and Russell though, because I've got a surprise for our bearded peacock. So thank you guys, and we will hopefully see you soon. Bye bye. Right. So George, what's one of your best bits?
I think, you know, Aaron, it has to be, I think, that deadline day time. I know Alfie probably won't appreciate me saying that, but I don't know. Just that, I mean, like Russ, the whole thing for me to be involved in it, obviously talking about the team that I and everybody love a lot has just been a real pleasure to every week or every week when we kind of know for a certain time. It was definitely every single week, and definitely in the Premier League it was every single week, talking to the other boys, you know, and getting the community, and also from people that obviously we've got the group there having a laugh and having a chat or whatever. On there, it's been really, really fun. And you know, and from supporting Leeds, when I first started doing my own channel, I didn't really know that. I knew people that supported Leeds, obviously, but I didn't know people from this sort of sphere, like Russell said. He didn't really know. I didn't know anything about it really. You know, to then be in a community space where other people are talking about Leeds and enjoy it as much as I do was just great. You know what I mean? It's just been fantastic. But you know, like I said, that one, it was so. I know it was unfortunate from Alfie's point of view.
It was
madness.
Bentley, the Black Bentley gate.
Yeah, it was just madness, and it just went off. But every single week, talking to yourself, talking to Lou, to Alfie and Lewis. It's just been, you know, it's just been great fun. It really has, and
it was brilliant that when we did. They were kind of legendary. Those we started those off deadline days, didn't we? And I know a whole bunch of others do it. I know that the BBC already do it. Don't go to bed just yet. They do.
Yeah, of course.
They do the live deadline days. I'd like to say as a little thing that we kind of gave the birth to that, didn't we?
And also, also I remember going to Ellen Road on deadline day and obviously trying to do reports from there, and that day. But I think you came to see me at Ellen Road because I said I'd be there from, I don't know, 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then
you were looking for Willie Nomto.
I was, and then he didn't turn up. And it was Bamba Dieng, and he didn't turn up. And I got chatting with with Tim from Sky Sports, and he was giving me information and stuff like that. And I think, it might be news to the people watching here, but was that the only time I've actually met you in person? I've met you a couple of times. I can't remember.
A few times, yeah. But
have I met you a couple of times?
Yeah. I think so.
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. I can't remember.
I think, do you know what? When I think back to it, we've had so many laughs on this show. In 4.5 years, 164 episodes of this. I think we were all of us, all 5 of us, we're only thinking, God, why are they keeping us putting on every week? We did a good turn, didn't we? I think, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it was just like you said, it was a laugh, and it was a laugh, and we just enjoyed it. You know what I mean? I think if you look back at the early ones, I know you famously don't look back at it, but if you did, you'd see that a lot of us were eager to get us points across, and we're almost like sometimes shouting over each other. I think we've all sort of learned how to do this sort of thing, and let the other person speak, let people speak, give their opinions, and then when and so we've all learned together how to orchestrate this sort of thing. You, if I may say so, have really done a great job of hosting it, because I know Alfie did initially, didn't he? And then you have sort of taken on the mantle. You've done a really good job of that. So
thank you.
Well, you have. It's a fact. You host it nicely. It's been good. It's been good.
Okay, that's good. Well, honestly, it's been a real kind of pleasure, George, to obviously get to you, Alfie, Lewis, wherever the hell he is. We don't know where he is. He's somewhere though. He pops up now and again.
It pops up now and again.
To Darren and Ryan as well, who let us come on and talk nonsense for an hour every odd week.
And like I said, for a time it was every week. Everybody wanted to be on.
Yes,
all the time, everybody wanted to be on. It was like sometimes I think we even had to say, actually, sorry lads, somebody's going to have to sit out this one because we've got too many. 5 might have been too many. I think there was the odd one where all 5 of us was on, but generally I think we'd sort of cut it off at 4. So and sometimes one of us might have been disappointed that we couldn't go on, in the time. So. Yeah, like you said, it's been a blast, and I've got to say thank you to Darren and Ryan again, because they didn't have to put us on, and they did. So
I just want to answer this to Clive. No, I'm not going to the Valencia.
No.
I'm at my cousin's wedding.
I don't even know when it is. Is that the week before? Is it next weekend? Is it a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
3rd.
And do you know what streaming is? I'll be honest there, it is one of the toughest things. We don't do clickbait. We've never have, other than Black Bentley Gate. We don't do anything. We're just honest guys talking about football. I have got one picture I need to show you, and I can only work it out to put it on the background. So let me just set it as the background. Somebody sent me this, and I hope you will like it. It's quite funny. Let me just do this. I don't know if you can see it, but there's hang on, let me just do that. There's a picture of me and you at the job centre. At the job centre.
There you go.
I'll do that. Oh no, it doesn't work.
I wish we could almost be at the job centre tomorrow, Arron, because that would mean we were getting paid for it.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a picture of me on Rishi Sunak's body, you on Gareth Southgate's body.
Oh gosh!
At the job centre. Man jumps.
People have too much time on their hands, don't they?
They do. Somebody sent me that, and I found it quite funny. And I might leave it out as our leaving memo for it. But yeah, it's been good fun, hasn't it, George? And,
oh yeah, it's been a blast, like we said, and I will like I've said, I will miss coming on and speaking with everybody. Speaking to yourself, speaking to the guys. I know we're obviously going to keep going with the group and stuff, but it will be missed. I know that obviously we are speaking about doing something ourselves, so obviously that we will speak about that. So
we will have a little chat if the T's and C's are right, George.
Exactly, yeah. I might want too much money or something like that. You know what I mean? Or the contract length might be too much or something. But yeah, if we could hammer out the personal terms and things like that.
Yeah, you need to speak to my agent.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly, yeah. So if we could,
my agent.
Oh gosh, So. Yeah, if we can, we're talking about that. So yeah, hopefully that we will come back as something else, reincarnated, maybe. You know what I mean?
I hope. Well, I think I need to take a little bit of time away for me. I need to take some time away with my family.
Yep.
And then who knows? Never say never. And George, we will cross paths again. There is no doubt about that. And I'm sure Alfie, Lou, and the rest will do something as well. But all good things have to come to an end, don't they?
They do, Arron. It's one of them things that nothing is forever, is it? And that's just the way life is. These things have to end, and
and you know what? I think I did a quick calculation as well for the amount of views which we've had on our show, just ours. We've had over 150,000 views over the 4.5 years, and I think that's incredible. It's an incredible stat. To say, and we've had thousands watching all around the world, from Sweden, Germany, America. We've really reached out, and thank you to everybody, those loyal people as well who've been with us right from the start. He's been with us as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, because look, I mean, if nobody watched, then we'd just be talking to ourselves, wouldn't we? We'd be just talking amongst ourselves. It's great that people get involved. It's I know from my own channel, I know I don't do live really, but when people comment in, like I said, you do think, actually people are watching, people are giving their opinions, and it's nice to see that people are doing that. And obviously Leeds, like I said, it's a big community, and it's great to be a part of it.
It's global as well, isn't it, George? It's not just here in Leeds or West Yorkshire, or it is global. We've had people talking from Sweden, Germany, Ireland, everywhere. And I must admit, people have come up and spoken to me at Ellen Road, which is quite nice as well.
There you go. So you get people coming to discuss Leeds in person. I must admit, I've never once had anybody approach me, but there you go. That's if
maybe you're not, but you don't go a lot, George, do you?
I don't go. I don't have the opportunity to go. Yeah, I don't have the opportunity to go to Ellen Road much, but I've never been spotted anywhere, which is quite nice in a way as well. So, but to be spotted and to be talked to about Leeds because they've watched me on here or watched me on my own channel would be quite surreal, really. But that's crazy,
So, George, for the final time, a prediction for the season, 24-25 championship season. George, give me a prediction. Leeds United.
It's promotion, Arron. It's
one or two.
First, it's a goal difference of a 460 plus 460. We're going to win every game 10-0.
10-0, and we're going to finish first. I'll be a little bit controversial. I'm going to go. Leeds are going to finish second, just on goal difference.
Who will finish first?
I think Luton will do it, if I'm being honest. I think Luton, they're quiet. They've got the bulk of their squad together. I think they will do it. This has been off. Tony says, thanks to all you've done, chaps. We'll miss the Bob Martin impersonator, the world's biggest beard. And who knows, Tony? We could be back soon. Who knows where we might be back? We just need to take a bit of time. We've been here all the, we've done this for 4.5 years, man. Give us a break, man. Give us a break. Any final thoughts, George, before we wrap this up?
No, just, come on, Leeds, let's get promoted. Like I said numerous times, I've had a blast on here. It's been great to talk to everybody and, people in the comments. I know that people have followed my channel as well from being on here as well. So I appreciate that. You come on, you think nobody's gonna listen, nobody's gonna watch and stuff, and then when people do, it's quite amazing. So personally, I'm just somebody talking about Leeds because I love doing it and I love the team, and that's it. So yeah,
I completely
marching
agree.
on together.
Marching on together is the final words from the man with the beard, the bearded peacock himself, George. George, I have to say thank you to you because it seems to be me and you over the last couple of months. It's been me and you kind of hammering this out, and obviously I've met some mates for life through this, and it's been a real pleasure. So come on, Leeds, get us promoted. We may cross paths again, but thank you to everybody who has listened to any news LS11. It's been a pleasure, and we might see you sometime soon. But good night.
Good night. See you soon.
Hey, done. Oh, hang on. Was it closed? There we go. It's still live. Why isn't it closing? Close.